Hi guys, welcome. My name's Nick from Veevar Guitar. I hope you're all doing well in this slightly troubling time that we're in and staying safe. I'm going to try and come up with a new segment called Nick's Quick Bits and get it uploaded for you as often as I can over the next coming weeks. And it's basically a segment to kind of answer your questions or address some of the situations that I've come up against as a teacher, really, and the ways I've kind of gone about solving them for my students. And in this episode, we're going to be looking at bar chords and why some students aren't quite getting them sounding exactly right. Now, oftentimes what I find when students approach bar chords is this wrist is always a massive problem for them. Not only does it hurt for them, it's always at an awkward angle. This first finger is normally cutting off those high E strings and they're struggling with the tips of their fingers and getting them to bridge over each string well enough to get all of the strings ringing out. And what I normally do to address that is to make sure that, first of all, they're sitting upright and the guitar's not slouched like this when they're playing, because that's going to put even more pressure on their wrist. And I try and get them to put their fingers flat across the strings, just like this. And what you should be seeing when you're looking down is you should be seeing all of your knuckles really, really flat. And oftentimes what happens is students tuck these knuckles underneath their neck and their fretboard like this. And what happens is you get an arch in this index finger, and that's going to make it nearly impossible to get those strings ringing out as clean as you want them to. So it's almost very Italian, kind of very like this. That's what you should be seeing, keeping that wrist nice and bent here, seeing your knuckles here. Now obviously if you are getting pains in this wrist, then stop immediately. If it's just a dull ache, then give it a little break. But really you should be building up that strength from your fingers by doing bar chord exercises. And that takes me on to our Veevar Guitar syllabus that I'm just going to show you a little bit about. So as we just go into our Veevar Guitar syllabus, we're just going to search for bar chords. We're going to find two or plenty of different bar chord exercises, but the one that we're looking for is not the level 1. We're going to jump to level 3 here, where we have a bit more of a strength building exercise for our left hand. Now if you scroll down a bit, we go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exercises here, I think, for bar chords. I'll show you an example of what the exercises are. So as you can see, we're just playing different frets and making sure that first finger is as flat as we can. Here's another example using all 6 strings. We can slow it down a little bit if we need to. And what you're going to find in this section of the syllabus is just some really great tools and exercises to get you going with building strength for that left hand and those bar chords. Now, just before I leave you, I'll show you one of my little exercises that I like to do with students to get them practicing their bar chords, and it's just going up the major scale. We're going to do the G major scale here, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp and G, and we're going to build bar chords on all of those notes of the major scale. So our first chord is obviously G major, using an E major shape, nice and easy here, making sure that those knuckles are nice and flat, keeping this left finger nice and straight, and my thumb is right down in the middle of the neck. This is really important. You want that thumb about halfway down the neck and really squeezing in between your first finger and your third finger. A minor, B minor, keeping all that pressure. Play all 6 strings just to make sure. Go into your C major as an A-shaped bar chord, D major or D7 if you want to add that 7th chord in, E minor. We then have an F sharp diminished, using a D shape, again keeping that first finger. This one's a bit of a stretch, so I might need to spend a bit of time on that. And finally back to our G shape using the D major shape there to finish. Give it a go at home, and if you have any questions or any queries, or if you have a problem with your playing, please let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe, give us a follow, and I'll see you soon. Bye.